What's up, King Jesus Creative Family?
What's up, guys? ¿Cómo están todos?
How are you guys doing today?
¿Cómo están?
So we are coming to you live from our control room.
Estamos en vivo desde nuestro cuarto de video.
And I'm joined today by my beautiful wife who's going to be translating for me.
Y estoy aquí con Jonathan, que él estará en vivo, y yo, Valentina.
And back here I have Henry, one of our engineers. He's going to be on the chat moderating a little bit, answering some questions if you guys have them.
Y acá tenemos a Henry, que él es uno de nuestros ingenieros.
Ingenieros.
Y va a estar respondiéndoles en los comentarios y hablando con ustedes también en el chat.
So we have a good amount of people connected. We have about 20 people.
Hay un buen grupo de 20 personas por ahora conectados. If you guys feel like you know anybody that will take advantage of this live, we encourage you guys to share this with your friends, with your fellow media teams, with your media squad. Si ustedes tienen algún amigo que a lo mejor puede beneficiarse de este live, vaya y compártelo con uno de ellos. Y también tu equipo de media. Y hoy estaremos hablando de bastantes cosas, ¿no? What are we going to be talking about today?
All right, so today we're going to be talking about live streaming as a whole, different methods, how we do it, why you should do it.
Bueno, vamos a estar hablando sobre bastantes temas de cómo transmitir en vivo.
Sorry.
Estaremos hablando sobre bastantes diferentes temas de cómo transmitir en vivo, por ejemplo, por Instagram, Facebook y YouTube. Es una de las preguntas más a menudo que hemos recibido por nuestros DMs.
And basically what we'll be doing is we'll be showing you how we do it, and we'll be showing you different methods that you can do it, whether you have a big switcher, a small switcher, or even no switcher at all.
Estaremos compartiéndoles cómo hacerlo en diferentes formas, si tienes un switcher, si no tienes un switcher, y en diferentes métodos.
So let's get to it.
Entonces vamos a comenzar.
So first thing I want to do is basically just cover why it is that we stream.
Entonces la primera cosa que vamos a estar hablando es por qué nosotros transmitimos en vivo y la razón.
I've heard a lot of churches, even though I would say probably 98% of the churches live stream their services.
Hay como un 90% de iglesias que transmiten ya en vivo, pero
there are still some that are maybe a little hesitant, don't know how to go about it. They maybe say, why should I live stream?
Hay algunas iglesias que a lo mejor tienen unas dudas, no saben cómo transmitir, cómo comenzar o cómo crecer.
And the truth is that live streaming is basically one of the only ways, besides evangelism, of course, but it's one of the only ways to really spread the gospel and spread the message that your church is giving outside the four walls of the church.
Entonces, transmitiendo en vivo es uno de las formas que más alcanza a las personas. Es como una forma de evangelismo. ¿Qué más dijiste?
It's how you get your message outside of the four walls of the church.
Y es como puedes llevar tu mensaje de la iglesia fuera de las cuatro paredes que tienes acá.
So basically, I mean, that's why I think it's so important, because if you have church members that maybe can't make it to your service on a Sunday,
es bastante importante, especialmente cuando no tienes gente de tu iglesia, de tu congregación, que a lo mejor no puede asistir en un domingo a un servicio.
Or you have a social media and a marketing team that can help push your stream out through different avenues.
O a lo mejor tienes un equipo de redes sociales y marketing que puede empujar el live a diferentes plataformas y diferentes audiencias.
Live streaming is the way that you can reach those people outside.
Transmitiendo en vivo es la forma más efectiva para poder alcanzar esa gente.
So basically what I want to do first is go into a give me one sec, sorry. What I want to do is basically go do like a control room tour to show you guys how we're set up, what we do, and how we do it.
La primera cosa que vamos a hacer es mostrarles un poco de nuestro cuarto de video y mostrarles cómo hacemos y cómo lo hacemos.
So where I'm sitting right here is basically the main technical director's position.
Donde estoy sentado ahorita mismo es la posición
la
principal.
posición principal del director.
La yeah.
That. So basically, what they see in front of them is a big multi-view, which I'll be sharing with you guys now. I'll be able to show you what they see. But they sit here and they have control over the switchboard. Ellos se sientan acá y ven miran a un multi-view y tienen control del switcher. Then, I don't know if you want to pan the camera this way. One sec. Okay.
Le estamos dando un inside look.
So pan this way. Okay, so then over here,
Por acá,
sorry for the mess, we have cables routed for the camera.
disculpa por ese reguero, es que tenemos bastantes cables por acá atrás.
So we have this computer that I'm going to be using that you guys will be able to see today is our playback computer.
Esta computadora que estamos usando ahorita es nuestra computadora de playback.
It's where we play back all videos from.
donde hacemos bastante playback de todos los videos.
Then we have another 2 stations here, 2 computers. One is for graphics and one is for playback, primarily focused for the web audience.
Tenemos 2 computadoras, una que es primeramente para gráficas y la segunda es para
Videos
videos,
para la audiencia e internet.
para la audiencia de internet.
And I know it's a little hard to see, but over here we have another small switcher panel.
Se nos hace un poco más difícil para mostrar, pero tenemos otra switchera por acá atrás.
And this is where the web director sits.
Y ahí es donde se sienta el director de web,
De internet, del
internet,
programa de
en línea.
internet. A little, and I'll explain now in a little bit what the difference is between the primary director and the web director and why we have those split.
Ahorita voy a explicar por qué hay un director para el programa regular y el programa en línea. Ahorita vamos a tocar ese tema.
Then we have a small console over here. It's a Digico SD11
Acá tenemos un Digico SD11 que es
consola de audio.
una consola de audio.
And this does the mix for the online audience as well.
Y eso hace el mix para la audiencia en línea.
Then back here on the second row, we have 2 Pro Presenter machines.
Acá en la parte de atrás tenemos dos diferentes
Computadoras.
para ProPresenter.
And this is where we do all our Bible verses and lyrics from.
Y ahí es donde hacemos todos nuestros versículos y letras de canciones.
And then we have the reason why we run 2 computers is not only for redundancy.
La razón por qué estamos usando 2 computadoras no porque queremos trabajar doble.
No. It's so that we can have a primary and a backup.
Es para que tengamos una primaria y una como un backup.
But then we also split our verses and we do English and Spanish.
Pero también como nosotros somos una iglesia bilingüe, tenemos que hacer versículos en inglés y en español.
And then right here where you see Henry sitting is actually our producer station.
Ahí donde ven sentado a Henry es donde se sienta nuestro productor.
Usually we have 2 to 3 computers lined up here.
Sí, normalmente tenemos 2 a 3 computadoras aquí seteadas.
And this producer is basically running the services.
Y este productor básicamente el que está dirigiendo el servicio.
And they go ahead and they're on an intercom panel.
Ellos
Hablan por intercom.
hablan por intercom
To the floor producer.
al productor en el piso.
And they also control the clock and connections and display all that stuff.
Y también controlan el reloj y las conexiones y todo eso.
All right. And that pretty much sums it up. And then on the right hand side, I will bring this guy over a little bit. You see this room over here,
Y en este cuarto
we have our broadcast audio console.
tenemos nuestra consola de broadcast audio.
And that is a Digico SD10.
Y eso es un Digico SD10.
All right. And we're going to come back to us here.
Vamos a ver cómo están los comentarios. Vamos a ver qué está diciendo la gente. Let's see what people
Let's see
are
what
saying.
people are saying. We have a good amount of people. Val's volume is low. All right, I fixed that already.
Thank you.
Cool. Few comments there. If you guys have any questions,
Let's say hi to people.
hi to Nelson Gonzalez, Lima, Peru. Saludos. a Peru.
Your dad's connected.
My dad's connected. Shout out to my parents.
Hi, D.
Ale Gudiño.
Hi, Andrés desde Honduras. Hola, Andrés. Roberto también desde Honduras. ¿Cómo estás?
Cool. So let's jump into it.
iPad closer.
Yeah, let me know if Val's volume is good. Avísame si el volumen de Valentina está bien. Solo asegurarnos. All right, so
Vamos a continuar.
let's do it.
Escríbenos preguntas. Aquí tenemos a Henry. Cualquier pregunta, no tengan miedo. Él va a estar contestando todo acá.
Awesome. So let's get down to it. Where do we start?
Vamos a
So
comenzar.
we'll start off with our switcher and a little bit of how we're set up.
Vamos a comenzar con nuestra switchera y un poco de cómo tenemos todo seteado.
We have a split team, right? Not a split team, I'm sorry, but we have a split setup,
Tenemos un setup que está
Dividido.
en dos,
which is basically the primary director
que es el director principal
and then a web director over there.
y después director de la transmisión en línea.
And why do we do that?
¿Y por qué hacemos eso?
It gives us the flexibility
Nos da la flexibilidad
to stream and cater to an online audience
para transmitir a la audiencia en línea
and do stuff specifically for them
y hacer cosas específicamente para esa audiencia,
while the audience inside the temple
mientras que la audiencia dentro del templo
and the recordings that we'll later edit to go to TV
y las grabaciones que luego vamos a estar editando para la televisión
can remain clean just with what's going on inside.
pueden mantenerse limpios y solo enfocados de lo que está pasando dentro del templo.
So for those that are a little bit more technical, how do we do this?
Y para esos que son un poco más técnicos, ¿cómo lo hacemos?
Yeah, we have a switcher with 3 MEs.
Tenemos un switcher con 3 MEs.
Yeah, and ME means just stands for mix effects.
Y ME significa
Mix effects.
efectos de mezcla.
Yeah. And so pretty much English or Spanish, you'll understand what an ME is.
Básicamente en inglés y español vas a entender lo que significa un ME.
And so what we do is we focus one ME for our program,
Lo que hacemos es enfocar un ME para nuestro programa,
one ME for our projector for our iMag feeds,
un ME para
las pantallas adentro,
las pantallas de dentro
and then our third ME is the web ME,
y la tercera ME para la
para
transmisión,
la transmisión
en
de
vivo.
internet. And then we also have broadcast audio, which is mixing our program. It's mixing all the stage inputs.
También tenemos nuestro ingeniero de broadcast que está mezclando todas las mezclas que se están recibiendo en el stage, ¿no?
Correct. And then we'll grab a program line, a program mix from the broadcast console.
Y vamos a tener una línea de broadcast, de la mezcla de broadcast acá.
And that goes into the SD11
Y eso va y entra al SD11
through MADI
a través de MADI.
protocol.
Protocol.
And then on the SD11, we have somebody else that makes sure that program is up when we're live with the program inside.
Oh my God, can you repeat that again? You're talking too fast.
Sorry. Alguien se sienta en esa consola y se asegura que el nivel del programa está bien cuando tenemos la transmisión de adentro por internet. And then we also have a couple other inputs that go into there, like the webcast microphones.
Hay bastantes diferentes inputs que van por ahí, que, por ejemplo, los micrófonos de webcast.
Which are actually the ones we're using right now.
Esos son los que estamos usando ahorita mismo.
So we're actually streaming through our system, through our switcher, as you can see.
En este momento estamos transmitiendo en vivo en este YouTube Live a través de nuestra switchera.
So I think it's actually one of the best ways to show you how we do it, to actually stream through it.
Pensamos que la mejor forma de compartirles a ustedes cómo lo hacemos, transmitiendo a través de nuestro switcher.
And so that's that.
That's what done. Aquí, hola Anthony desde República Dominicana. ¿Cómo estás, Anthony? Does the broadcast audio come from the live feed of the church?
Does the broadcast audio come from the live feed of church? Yes. So
Sí. Entonces, aquí tenemos a Fiverr que está preguntando si el audio de broadcast está entrando desde la iglesia, desde lo que está pasando dentro de la iglesia.
Correct. So
Sí.
so our SD11, our SD10 that's next door
Nuestro SD10 que está aquí al ladito de nosotros,
is on an opticore fiber loop.
que está en un...
Está en un loop de fibra con las otras consolas que tenemos acá. So the broadcast console receives all the stage inputs, all the inputs that are happening outside, and they're mixing that.
Entonces la consola de broadcast está recibiendo toda la señal, todos los inputs de todos los micrófonos que están adentro del stage, del templo.
Okay. And then we output that.
Okay. Andrés está preguntando si nos poseemos otra consola física, ¿puedo hacer el mix con algún programa virtual? Buena pregunta.
Sorry, say that again.
Si no poseemos otra consola física, puedo hacer un mix con algún programa virtual. Let me translate in English. So Andres is asking if he does not have a physical console, can he mix with a virtual program?
Correct. So you can, Andrés, usted pudiera agarrar la mezcla que sale de la consola.
So Andres, yes, you can grab the feed that's coming from the console.
Y la puedes meter dentro de uno de los softwares que les voy a enseñar.
And you can put it into one of the softwares that I'm going to show you.
Y puedes armar una mezcla separado para el live stream por uno de esos softwares.
And you can mix separately on one of those softwares.
I hope that answers the question.
I hope that answers the question. Espero que se contestó la pregunta.
So that pretty much breaks down how we do it. And then just a little bit further down the line, a little bit more technical as well. Sometimes we get a lot of questions of how we do audio embedding.
Bastantes veces nos hacen la pregunta de cómo hacemos el embedado.
I think that's a word.
El audio embedding.
El embedding del audio. And the way we have it set up in our system is that we send a MADI signal from our SD11.
Y básicamente como lo tenemos seteado en nuestro sistema es que
mandamos una señal de MADI que sale de la SD11
eso.
a un FrameSync que es el AJA FS4. It's an AJA FS4 FrameSync. Es un AJA FS4. And that's the device. That's the device that does our embedding. It goes ahead and it embeds that MADI, those MADI channels onto SDI, and we can go ahead and map it accordingly. Y esa unidad lo que hace es que hace el embed de los canales de audio a una señal de SDI y podemos hacer el mapping, podemos mandar cualquier señal de audio a donde sea que queramos. Cool?
Yeah.
All right, so let's walk through our current method of streaming.
Entonces vamos a mostrarle nuestro método ahorita de cómo estamos transmitiendo en vivo.
We use a company called Haivision.
Nosotros usamos una compañía que se llama Haivision.
And they are some of the best in the business.
Y son uno de los mejores en los negocios
en
el mundo.
They're Henry's best friends too.
Y son los mejores amigos también de Henry.
We have a great relationship with them. They're amazing guys.
Tenemos una relación súper con ellos.
And they provide us both a hardware and a software solution.
Entonces ellos nos
dan una solución que es hardware, es el encoder en sí. Ellos mismos hacen el encoder que nos dan, and we use those encoders to stream.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to punch into the UI, the user interface that they use.
Ahorita voy a ponchear.
Sí, voy a mandar la señal. So you can see right there. So what you're seeing here is Haivision's Kilobyte encoder.
Lo que les estoy mostrando ahora es Haivision Kilobyte encoder.
And what this does is it grabs SDI signals.
Y lo que hace es coger la señal de SDI.
And it'll transmit it and encode it and send it out to our CDN.
Y lo va a transmitir
a nuestro CDN. That's the only way. CDN. That's really the only way to say it.
Okay.
All right. So you can see right here on the bottom, I have this YouTube KJC.
Como pueden ver, acá tengo la parte de abajo tengo el YouTube KJC.
And so this is a stream that's specifically going out to YouTube
Este es el stream que está específicamente corriendo a YouTube
for the King Jesus Creative YouTube channel.
para la página de King Jesus Creative.
And if I come into my settings over here,
Y si voy a mis
settings,
settings,
I can come in and basically I can just grab what source I want.
puedo entrar y escoger cuál source quiero.
I can encode to whatever bitrate and resolution I want.
Puedo encode a cualquier bitrate y resolución que yo quiero.
And then I can output to whatever destination I want.
Y puedo output a cualquier destination que yo quiero, a cualquier plataforma que yo quiero.
And then over here you can see I can just input whatever server. In this case it's YouTube's RTMP link.
En ese ejemplo le estoy mostrando el server que es el YouTube RTMP
Y la llave, the stream key.
y la llave de transmisión.
Okay. So that's essentially how we do it.
Eso es esencialmente lo que hacemos.
We basically will just send our SDI signals into that encoder.
Básicamente enviamos nuestra señal de SDI
De
a
SDI.
nuestro encoder.
And on the back end, we'll go ahead and we'll program it to go out.
Y en la parte de atrás nosotros lo programamos para que se envíe.
Salga. When we can do YouTube, Facebook, or any other, we do our main live page, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, which I'll show you guys a little bit later how we do it.
Y de ahí transmitimos a nuestra página en vivo, Facebook, YouTube y Instagram, que les mostraré un poquito más tarde.
And so, hold on, I'm going to let's bring us in real quick here on the corner.
Oh,
All right.
we're cute.
Yeah. All right, so you guys can see us there. So I'm doing this all through the switcher, just so that you guys can see us there in the corner. All right. And so what happens when you say, well, I don't have a switcher?
Y algunos de ustedes a lo mejor están preguntando qué pasa si yo no tengo un switcher.
So I just want to touch on a few. I'm sorry, not a switcher. What happens if I don't have a high vision encoder?
¿Qué pasa si no tengo un encoder de High Vision?
Or you want a solution on how to live stream?
Y a lo mejor quiero una solución de cómo transmitir en vivo.
So there's a couple of options.
Hay unas cuantas opciones.
And Henry's gonna help me out sending a few links. But we're gonna talk about the Asia.
Y Henry me va a ayudar enviando unos links.
So I'm just gonna bring it up here real quick. But there's a cool device, and this is something that I have that I've looked into, which is basically the Asia Hilo.
Hay bastante diferentes equipos, pero personalmente yo he visto Asia, es Hilo.
And what this device does is it'll grab an SDI signal in.
Y básicamente lo que hace este
Aparato.
aparato. no, that's cute.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, este device agarra una señal SDI o HDMI.
Yeah, it basically gets an SDI or HDMI signal.
And this device will let you record and stream simultaneously.
And this device, y este aparato te deja transmitir. What was it?
Grabar o transmitir en vivo.
Te deja grabar o transmitir en vivo.
Actually, you can do both at the same time.
Puedes hacer los dos a la misma vez.
So you basically plug it into a network port.
Básicamente lo tienes que enchufar
Lo conectas
a
una línea de internet.
A una línea de internet.
And with some basic configuration, you can stream to Facebook or YouTube or wherever you want.
Y con configuración básica puedes transmitir a Facebook, YouTube, etc.
So that's that. Then there's another product that will actually work as a switcher and a streaming device.
Hay también otro programa que puedes usar como una switchera y también como let me look up device in Spanish because that's gonna drive me crazy.
So this device right here is currently being used at a lot of our campuses.
Este programa básicamente también lo estamos usando en bastante de nuestras
sedes. And what it is, it's called Sling Studio.
Y este es Sling Studio.
And it's a router. Es un router.
Es un router.
que agarra señal that it grabs it can grab signals from cell phones or from cameras with their transmitters. Puede agarrar señal de celulares o de unas cámaras con su transmisor encima y te deja and it'll let you switch and basically switch live through an iPad or a MacBook.
Puedes básicamente ir en vivo y usar esta switchera a través de un Mac o un iPad.
So this is a really cool product if you're getting into live streaming.
Y este producto es bastante bueno, especialmente si recién estás entrando a el mundo de transmisión en vivo.
And maybe you don't have cameras to live stream yet and you just want to use your phones.
Y a lo mejor no tienes cámara en este momento, pero puedes usar los teléfonos.
You can connect up to 10 phones if I'm not mistaken.
Puedes conectar hasta 10 teléfonos si no estoy equivocado.
And they'll just connect to the router.
Y básicamente lo conectas al router.
And you can switch live and you can output to YouTube, Facebook. Here it says YouTube, Facebook, Vimeo, Periscope, Twitch.
Y puedes transmitir a Vimeo, Facebook Live, Twitter, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch y más.
And other custom, like your own website, let's say.
Y tu propio website, por ejemplo, con un custom RTMP.
So that's that. Do we have any questions or any?
Yes. Las conexiones de los cables de la cámara a computadora son HDMI o USB 3.0. Anthony is asking the connections of the cables to the camera, from the camera to the computer, are they HDMI or USB 3.0?
So from the camera to so if you're going to input for what device is that?
Oh wait, Henry already answered that.
Oh, Henry answered that.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. So that's this method. And again, if you guys have any questions as far as your live streaming setup, or if you need help coming up with a live stream setup, go ahead and write us in the comments, and we can get into communication for that.
Chicos, y si tienen alguna pregunta sobre ahorita lo que actualmente tienen para transmitir en vivo y tienen alguna duda o algo, escríbenos en el chat y nosotros les queremos ayudar.
So then there's another really cool method as a way to live stream.
Hay otros diferentes métodos para transmitir en vivo.
And this would apply if you currently have a switcher.
Y esto se aplica básicamente si ahorita mismo tienes una switchera.
Or if you maybe just have one camera that you want to live stream.
O si a lo mejor tienes solamente una cámara para transmitir
and
en
it's
vivo.
called OBS.
Y se llama OBS.
Which stands for Open Broadcast Studio, I think.
Que significa Open Broadcast Studio.
So here on the computer that you're seeing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up OBS so we can do a little walkthrough of it.
Ahora voy a abrir OBS y les voy a mostrar en la computadora.
So you see here we have the OBS interface, right?
Y básicamente aquí tienes el programa de OBS.
And what you can do here.
Edith is asking, are you guys going to keep the video saved on here so I can take notes later? Edith está preguntando si vamos a mantener esta transmisión, este video en línea y si lo vamos a mantener en nuestro canal de YouTube.
Yes, we will keep it there so you can scrub back later.
So don't worry about taking notes now. You can just soak it all in.
Yeah. So OBS is a really cool free software.
OBS es un programa gratis.
That lets you do a lot of stuff actually.
Que te deja transmitir bastantes cosas, ¿sabes?
And just to go through it, just so you guys can see.
Y básicamente para mostrarles un poco de lo que es.
If you're using some sort of capture card.
Si estás usando algún tipo de
tarjeta de SDI o de HDMI, you can have OBS see whatever signal you're bringing into it.
Puedes tener a OBS ver cualquier señal que le estás enviando.
And the same thing goes for any. So that's if you want to basically input a signal coming from a switcher.
Eso si quieres
enviar una señal que ya viene de un switcher, o si quieres enviar una señal que viene de una cámara nada más, de una cámara solamente. So if you want to bring in a signal from a switcher, or just from a single camera, you can input that. You can add either a Blackmagic device. Let me see here. You can do a media source, a video capture device.
Ooh,
You
that's a
can
good
add
question.
those things here.
Básicamente, si puedes tener diferentes programas y puedes agregarlo aquí en este programa.
All right, so once you add that source, it's very easy to customize and to modify and to output this.
Cuando agregas ese source, tienes diferentes formas que lo puedes customize,
And then
que lo
over
puedes diseñar.
Over here in the setting,
programar.
in the settings pane, in the settings window,
Aquí en la pantalla de configuraciones,
you can go ahead and you can set up a stream output.
puedes escoger cuál plataforma quieres transmitir.
And so they have a couple of profiles, a couple of settings already set up.
Entonces acá ya tienes un poco de los perfiles que ya tienen set up.
So let's
que ya
say I want to
tienen
go to
listo.
YouTube.
Vamos a decir que es YouTube.
You select if you're going to do a primary or a backup stream.
Puedes escoger si quieres hacerlo en un primary o en un backup stream.
And then you go ahead and you just grab the stream key from YouTube and you input it here.
Y básicamente vas a YouTube y le haces copy paste y le pones ahí la llave.
All right. Same thing goes for Facebook.
La misma cosa pasa con Facebook.
You just got to grab your stream key and paste it over here.
Y básicamente ahí tienes que solamente pegar la llave de streaming.
And that's how we've actually done our other YouTube lives, the one with Alejo and the one with Frankie. We've streamed them through OBS.
Los últimos live con Alejo y con Frankie fue a través de OBS. Una pregunta.
Yeah.
I'm part of social media, and there's two types of keys that we can send to engineering, right? We can send them the stream URL and the stream key. What's the difference?
So
Entonces yo básicamente le hice una pregunta. Yo soy parte del equipo de redes sociales, vamos a decir. En este ejemplo, en Facebook y en YouTube me da la opción de enviarles un URL o un stream key. Entonces, ¿cuál es la diferencia?
So a stream URL
Entonces, un stream URL
is basically telling the software where to send the signal.
es básicamente diciéndole al programa dónde enviar la señal.
In this case for OBS,
En este caso, para OBS,
you don't have to put in a stream URL
no tengo que poner un URL
because it already has these specific profiles set up
porque ya tienen los diferentes perfiles ya seteados.
for YouTube, for Facebook,
Para YouTube, para Facebook.
for Twitter,
Para
Twitch.
Para Twitch.
Or if we come to custom, that's where you're going to have to set up your stream URL. You would type it into the server.
Ok. Entonces, si a lo mejor tienes un stream URL que no es uno de los perfiles, puedes apretar el botón Custom y ahí es donde dice Server, ahí es donde pones el URL.
And so the stream URL points your encoder or your software to which CDN it's going to deliver the content to. El stream URL le da dirección al encoder o al software que vas a usar a dónde mandar la señal, a cuál CDN la señal va a llegar. Puede ser YouTube o Facebook usan CDNs diferentes. Entonces, so that's the stream URL. Now the stream key.
Ahora el stream key.
I know it's a lot of stuff, but the stream key is essentially the unique ID.
El stream key es básicamente la identificación.
Identificación única.
Única.
Think of it as like a unique password.
Como una contraseña.
And that's telling the encoder or the software
Y eso le está diciendo al encoder o al programa.
what program, what page in specifically to send that content to.
Y el programa está leyendo específicamente a cuál página le estamos enviando la señal.
So think about it as, if you want to do Spanish, you
No.
can. So think about it as the stream URL, it's telling you the door to go to, and the stream key is giving you the key to unlock that door.
Entonces, básicamente, la señal, el stream URL le está mostrando, ok, esa es la puerta donde vas, pero el stream key le dice, aquí tienes la llave para entrar a esa puerta.
I hope that makes sense and that answers
That was
the
a
question.
really good example.
That was a good example, right?
Yeah.
Thanks. I tried.
Okay, questions.
Yep.
So, Fiverr is asking OBS versus Wirecast versus vMix. ¿Cuáles son sus opiniones?
Okay. Wirecast, fantastic software. It is. So Wirecast is a great software. I've used it in the past.
Wirecast es un programa fantástico, pero lo
I
hemos
have
usado
used
en
it
el
in the
pasado.
past. However, if I'm not mistaken, it does cost money.
Pero si no estoy equivocado, sí cuesta dinero.
With that being said, usually when you pay for a software,
Y con eso dicho, ya cuando usted está pagando para un programa,
you tend to get more support.
normalmente tienes más apoyo.
Apoyo more support from the company.
Más apoyo de la compañía.
So you'll usually get more support in case of any issues from Wirecast.
Para si usted tiene algún problema, normalmente tienes más apoyo.
OBS is a free software, so they don't really have a support system to help you out with it.
OBS no tiene un equipo de apoyo
support.
técnico.
But they don't, they don't have a support system
Como gratis.
that could be as strong as Wirecast. They're almost the same thing, really.
Básicamente son la misma cosa.
They'll both stream, they'll both record. I think Wirecast is a little bit better when it comes to being able to do transitions, timelines. It's kind of like an editor. It's kind of like an editing platform within a streaming platform.
Wirecast es mejor porque tiene diferentes transiciones, puedes agregar efectos. Es más como para editar mientras que estás dirigiendo, no como OBS que es gratis y está limitado.
For vMix, I can't speak for vMix because I've never used it.
Para vMix, nunca hemos usado vMix, entonces no tenemos bastante experiencia en esa área.
So, but I'd definitely say if you can afford it.
Pero sí les recomiendo si lo pueden pagar,
to go with something like Wirecast.
Si pueden pagar para ir con un programa de Wirecast.
But if not, something like OBS will do the job.
Pero si no, algo como OBS puede hacer el trabajo.
The other, actually, one more thing is, if I'm not mistaken,
algo más es, si no estoy equivocado,
Wirecast can stream to multiple destinations at once.
Wirecast puede transmitir a diferentes plataformas a la misma vez.
So the biggest question I get is, how can I stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time?
Y una de las preguntas más a menudo que recibimos es, ¿cómo puedo transmitir a YouTube y a Facebook a la misma vez?
Something like OBS can only do one output.
Algo como OBS solamente puede hacer una plataforma a la vez.
One output at a time. While something like Wirecast, I believe, can do multiple.
Y algo como Wirecast puede hacer bastantes.
All right, so
we have more questions. Yeah. Yes. How do you take the audio from the mixer to OBS?
Okay, great question.
La pregunta es, ¿cómo podemos llevar el audio del mixer a OBS? Buena pregunta.
Okay. So, in our case, we don't do it because we don't use OBS for this.
En nuestro caso no lo hacemos porque no usamos OBS para esta.
But I'll explain to you how you can do it.
Pero lo podemos explicar cómo lo puedes hacer usted.
So there's a few options, and I'd say probably one of the best ones if you have a camera that's sending feed to OBS through SDI or through HDMI. Si tienes una cámara que está mandando una señal a OBS por SDI o HDMI, you can get a device called a Blackmagic Audio to SDI.
Puedes comprar un aparato que convierte de.
So, lo que hace es que agarra.
This is too technical.
Agarra una señal de audio y hace un embed a una señal de SDI. So, puedes agarrar la señal de la mezcladora, del mixer, y lo puedes, agarras una salida del mixer, entras al audio to SDI, y de ahí entra la señal de SDI, y sale una señal de SDI ya con el audio embedded a ese SDI. Y de ahí puede llegar, esa señal llega a OBS por una tarjeta de un capture card de SDI o por un Ultra Studio, también puede funcionar.
So D is asking. Wait, did you finish answering that
Yes,
question?
I
Okay.
did.
So D is asking, how do you go live with Instagram using Sling?
How do
But-
we go live? Okay.
But let's wait till we do it.
We're gonna do
We got you,
Instagram
B.
in one, like that's my next thing. Let's just answer a few more questions and then we'll touch on Instagram.
Everything else, Henry got it.
Henry got it. You're the
Yeah.
man. Let's go.
Hold on. If you want to reply to someone, you can @ and then write their name and then it'll tag them.
All right, cool. So let's talk about this wonderful world called Instagram Live.
Y ahora vamos a hablar sobre la parte que ustedes estaban esperando, que es cómo transmitir a Instagram Live con tus cámaras de televisión.
with your broadcast cameras.
No solamente con el teléfono.
Correct.
Water break.
So I think the two most common questions we get.
Una de las preguntas más comunes que recibimos en nuestros mensajes es cómo transmitir en vivo con nuestras cámaras de televisión a Instagram.
Correct. So we get that question. We get the Facebook and YouTube simultaneously, which I just answered, and we get the Instagram Live. So
Devices dispositivos.
dispositivos. But I think that's more for like a cell phone though.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna show you. I'm gonna show you really quickly how we do it, and then I'll show you how you guys can do it. So let me jump in here real quick. It's gonna get a little interesting right here.
Entonces ahorita les voy a mostrar cómo nosotros lo hacemos antes de mostrarles cómo lo pueden hacer ustedes si no tienen este programa.
So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys our multi-view.
Ahorita les voy a mostrar nuestro multi-view.
All right.
Wait, did you talk about what type of switcher we have and stuff?
What
Yeah,
kind
we
of
have
switcher
Ross.
we have? So side note before we get in there,
Antes de comenzar,
we currently run with a Ross Carbonite Black.
ahorita estamos usando un switcher que es Ross Carbonite Black.
It has 3 Emmys
Tiene 13 Emmys
and 4 mini Emmys.
y
Cuatro
4
mini
mini
Emmys.
Emmys.
In Ross's terminology,
En la
terminología de Ross, a mini Emmy is basically an Emmy that's less capable.
Translate that.
Okay, es un Emmy, pero con menos capacidad. Entonces,
Capabilidad.
capabilidad. Capability.
We're
I'm sorry,
trying
guys.
here.
I'm trying. Spanish
Estamos
isn't my
tratando,
first
estamos
language,
tratando.
but we're getting there, I promise. So what does that mean? While in the Ross world, while an Emmy will provide 4 keyers, a mini Emmy will only provide 2 keyers. And one of those keyers has to be a DVE. Los Emmys principales de Ross te dan 4 canales de keyers para hacer chroma y para hacer chroma keying and all those kinds of, and luma keying and all that stuff y todo eso. Mientras el mini Emmy solo te da 2, okay? So how do we do it? And the principle is the same whether you're using a Ross or an ATEM from Blackmagic or a what's another?
Básicamente, el principio,
Panasonic,
esto se
Sony.
puede usar en cualquier diferente tipo de switchera como Panasonic, Sony, Blackmagic,
With the exception of Sling, because
con la excepción de Sling.
that switcher's a little bit less capable than a fully blown hardware switcher.
Y, yeah,
TriCaster.
TriCaster. No, pero la única cosa que no puede hacer Sling es porque es un poco más limitado, entonces no puede hacer todo lo que no, una switchera de verdad puede ser.
So,
No diciendo que, well, Sling isn't like a real switcher. Right?
it's like a software switcher kind of thing.
Es como, yeah, it's like
Es como un software.
un programa.
So how do we do it? What I'm going to show you guys real quick is I'm going to send you guys our multi-view feed, and you're going to see the infinity effect. But right now, what you're seeing us in the corner still on camera 1. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you our multi-view. Now, the way we do it is we're grabbing a mini ME. Estamos agarrando un mini ME, and
Wait.
we're...
Ahorita le estamos mostrando en nuestro multi-view. Ahorita no van a ver en diferentes, you know, different frames, like infinity effect. Is you talk a lot.
Sorry. Okay.
Entonces vamos a mostrarle cómo luce en nuestro lado, o sea, lo que estamos viendo en nuestras pantallas.
So the basic of this is that you're going to see here, I'm going to put on preview a mini ME that we use.
Básicamente, ahorita les voy a mostrar cómo un mini ME, esto es para Instagram, ¿no?
This is for Instagram, correct. So basically, to be able to go live on Instagram, you're going to need a switcher with at least 2 MEs or more.
Entonces,
para ir en vivo en Instagram, vas a necesitar por lo menos un switcher que te dé por lo menos que tenga 2 MEs o más. Why is that? Because you need to dedicate 1 ME and 1 keyer just for Instagram. Vas a tener que dedicar un ME y uno de los canales de keyers solamente para hacer Instagram. And I think it's actually going to be better if I show you guys this. I'm going to show you the full screen of Instagram. So this is coming from one of our MEs.
Esto está saliendo de uno de nuestros MEs.
All right. And so what we do with this is, I'm sorry, give me one sec.
Básicamente lo que estamos haciendo con esto
is that I'm inputting this graphic as a whole.
Yo estoy haciendo upload de esta gráfica.
So in our case, we're using the Ross Media Manager.
En este caso estamos usando el Ross Media Manager.
But you can generate this graphic from a playback machine.
Puedes
generar
esta gráfica de tu computadora de playback.
De playback o la computadora de Lyrics si no la estás usando. Or if you're using an ATEM or a switcher that has the capabilities of, that has a media that you can input media directly to it, you can use that.
Y a lo mejor tienes una switchera que puedes poner una gráfica directamente a la switchera.
Correct. So this graphic is generated by our graphic designers.
Entonces esta gráfica fue diseñada de nuestro equipo maravilloso, espectacular de diseño.
And basically what they're doing is they're just giving us a portrait.
Ellos básicamente nos están dando, they're giving us a 1080 by 1920 graphic.
So
with a frame of 1920 by 1080 in the graphic.
So the green frame is regular 16 by 9, 1920 by 1080.
Entonces, nuestros diseñadores nos están dando una gráfica que es 1080
1080 por 1920, que sería vertical, y adentro de ese cuadro vertical hay otro cuadro que es horizontal, que es el regular 1920 por 1080.
Yeah.
Okay. So with this is our base, and this is how we add the cool.
Esta es nuestra base. Esto es como agregamos
the cool design aspect to it.
El diseño, yeah.
Now, what do we do? I'll show you guys now. So here's what happens.
Esto es lo que pasa.
What I do.
Lo que yo hago es.
I select whatever source.
Yo escojo cualquier source
that I want to superimpose, that I want to put on that graphic.
Que yo quiero poner en esa gráfica.
I set that as my keyer.
Lo selecciono como mi keyer.
Like my key source.
Como mi source. My key source.
No, the key source. And then what I do is I select it so that it's a DVE. You have
yo lo selecciono para que sea un DVE.
right, and DVE stands for Digital Video Effect.
Y DVE significa Digital Video Effect.
So if you own a switcher, like I said, TriCaster, ATEM, Sony, Panasonic, they'll all have this feature.
Si tienes una switchera como Panasonic, ATEM,
Sony,
Sony.
TriCaster, they'll all have this feature. So
todos tienen esta opción.
in this case, I'm going to send the camera that you were watching us as the source, as the key source.
En este caso estamos recibiendo la señal de...
This camera.
Okay, en este caso estamos usando esta cámara que estamos transmitiendo en este momento.
So I select the camera, I set it to be a DVE, and then I key it on.
En este momento
Selecciono la cámara,
seleccionamos la cámara y
lo seteo como un DVE.
lo vamos... Oh, okay.
So I set it as a DVE, and then I key it on. So what I did was I just keyed it on. Now, with it being a DVE, it gives me the flexibility to move that image around however I want to.
En este caso podemos escoger el DVE y moverlo en cualquier parte, en cualquier posición, en cualquier.
So now what I'm gonna do is I have a little parameter selector here, which it's again this goes for ATEM, any switcher that you're using.
Y en este caso yo aquí tengo unos botones que puedo mover la imagen.
All right, so then what I'm doing is I'm going to start scaling down the size.
Y en este momento voy a achicar la foto.
And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to position it over the green square.
Y la voy a posicionar sobre el
Cuadro verde.
sobre el cuadro verde.
So the green square, it doesn't need to be green.
El cuadrado no tiene que ser verde.
We use it just to make sure that we're lined up.
Lo usamos básicamente para asegurarnos que estamos alineados y que no está algo fuera de la caja.
So, basically you see here I've lined it up, I've scaled it down, and I've lined it up so that we are basically our image is over that graphic.
Y básicamente ahorita lo alineamos lo más posible para que nuestra imagen esté sobre esa gráfica.
Now in this case, what I'm sending
y en este caso lo que estoy enviando
is our camera here.
Es nuestra cámara que tenemos ahorita mismo.
But on a Sunday,
pero un domingo,
the image I send to that keyer that's doing all this work,
la imagen que estoy enviando a ese keyer que tengo seteado,
is the web program.
Ese programa de web.
So that the people watching on Instagram Live,
para que la gente que está viendo en Instagram Live,
can see the same thing that we're outputting to our Facebook, YouTube, and main live page.
Puede ver exactamente lo que estamos transmitiendo a nuestro Facebook, YouTube y nuestra página en vivo.
So now this is the switcher side.
Entonces este lado de la switchera.
Once I set this image,
ahora cuando seteamos esta imagen,
you never have to touch it again.
No lo tenemos que tocar otra vez.
Unless you want to switch the graphic, obviously.
Al menos que quiera cambiar la gráfica.
Which in that case you would just import a new graphic and go about it like that.
Y en ese caso solo tienes que cambiar la gráfica y después repetir todo este proceso.
So now I'm going to come back to our one sec. I'm going to come back to our computer that we just had OBS.
Ahorita vamos a regresar a nuestra computadora donde tenía yo OBS.
And I'm going to bring down OBS, and now this is really the biggest thing for doing Instagram Live. You're going to download a software called...
Tienes que descargar un programa que se llama Yellow Duck.
Yellow Duck, all right? So once you download that from their site, Henry, maybe you can send them the Yellow Duck link.
Ya cuando lo descargas y lo instalas en la computadora, ¿tú
No, this is free.
Este programa es gratis, completamente gratis.
There are other things that can do it.
Hay otros diferentes programas que pueden hacer esto.
There's one called what is it called, Henry? Like Insta RTMP, that web-based one.
Hay otro que es
InstaStream.
Que se llama InstaStream, pero nosotros recomendamos Yellow Duck.
Yeah, we recommend Yellow Duck. It's been the best one for us so far,
and it's mejor.
And it's actually a software on the computer, not on a web browser.
Y es un programa directamente en la computadora, no es una página web.
So now in our case, what we would do is Yellow Duck. We open up Yellow Duck.
En este caso, vamos a
Abrimos
abrir
Yellow
a
Duck.
Yellow Duck. There's a question. There's a couple
Yep.
questions. Hold
Yep,
on.
yep.
Edith is asking, how did you guys learn all this? Like school or how can
There's a lot of ways.
YouTube University?
So there's a lot of ways that we learned it. A lot of hands-on experience. Some courses, more hands-on experience. The church has provided.
Okay, hold on. So Edith está preguntando dónde aprendimos todo esto. Básicamente por YouTube, bastante diferentes cursos que hemos tomado y experiencia. Bastante de lo que estamos haciendo es experiencia y que tenemos que practicar.
The church has provided a great learning environment for us.
La iglesia nos ha proveído un ambiente bastante para aprender.
Where we have a lot of gear at our hands to be able to work with and learn from.
Donde tenemos bastante diferentes equipos para practicar y aprender. Okay. Danny Murillo is asking, would you recommend it even for second and third mobile cameras?
Recommend which
Oh wait, no,
one?
sorry. Henry already replied to that one. Is it possible to just Oh no, he hasn't answered that one. Yes, he did. Okay. Does this can this work also for Sling Studio?
So that
Yellow
I'm gonna get to that next. Unfortunately, this method that I just did from the switcher cannot work from Sling Studio.
Este método no funciona para Sling Studio.
But I will show you a
desafortunadamente.
version that will work for Sling Studio.
Pero le voy a mostrar una forma de cómo sí funciona para tu Sling Studio.
All right. So what we're doing now is I can log into Instagram.
Ahorita voy a hacer un login en Instagram.
So I put my username, King Jesus Creative. I do my password. I'm not going to go live right now. I'll go live with my next example. But basically, you put in whatever password. You hit login and start.
Básicamente tienes que poner tus credenciales de Instagram. En este momento no vamos a ir en vivo en Instagram, pero solo tienes que hacer login y comenzar.
And then that's going to give you, which again, I'm going to show you right now. We're going to do it now once I show you this next method, but it'll give you an RTMP key that you would input to your encoder.
Y básicamente te va a dar un código para tu RTMP, una llave de RTMP para meter en tu encoder.
All right. So, which we'll go through that right now when I show you the next version in the event that you don't have a switcher that can build out the image for Instagram Live like ours can. En ese caso, ahora te voy a enseñar una forma de hacer el Instagram Live en el caso que no tengas un switcher que te puede dar esa imagen como la de nosotros. Cool. All right, so this is the perfect view of how we're going to do this. So I'm going to leave Yellow Duck to the side because we're still going to use Yellow Duck, just not at the moment.
Ahorita voy a dejar a Yellow Duck a un lado, pero ahorita le vamos a mostrar otro programa para usar en este momento. Vamos a ir en vivo, pero todavía no.
All right, so I'm going to come back to OBS.
Ahorita vamos a regresar a OBS.
And so OBS, in the event that you do not have a switcher,
OBS en el evento que no tiene una switchera,
or you have something like Sling Studio or a single ME switcher,
o a lo mejor tienes un Sling Studio o un ME,
un switcher de un ME,
un switcher de un ME.
what you can do is you can input your switcher's feed into OBS, like I said previously.
Entonces en OBS puedes poner la señal que ya envía tu switcher.
So first step in OBS is I'm going to add my graphic that I previously had.
El primer paso de OBS es que voy a subir la gráfica que ya tenía.
So in this case, I'm going to come in, I'm going to hit add, and I'm going to do a media source.
En este momento voy a
Sorry.
agregar y voy a seleccionar media source.
No, I'm sorry, image.
Perdón, image.
So I'm going to grab this image, create new image, and we're going to call this IG. We'll just call it
Vamos a escribir allí.
Okay. And then it gives us a place where we have to find the image.
Y ahí nos va a dar la opción para buscar la imagen.
So we're going to come into here and I'm going to grab my image that I received from my graphic designers.
Y ahorita voy a subir la foto que nos envió nuestro equipo de diseño.
So I'm going to hit open.
Vamos a seleccionar Open.
And I'm going to hit OK.
Después OK.
And now I'm going to have to resize it.
Y ahora tenemos, eso es bien importante, ahora tenemos que ajustarlo para que quepa toda la pantalla. Keep in mind, I'm pretty sure that this is valid, but keep in mind you want to make sure that it's centered and that it's sized correctly, because then whatever gets sent to Instagram, it would be cut off weird,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, correct.
So, mantenga en cuenta que tienes que poner la imagen directamente en el centro, porque si no, cuando se lo suba en Instagram y vaya en vivo, va a salir un poco fuera del frame.
So I think that's centered, but I know that in OBS I think you can have it like snap to the center, but I'm not sure how to right now. But let's just say this is center, right?
Vamos a decir que ya está en el centro, creo que eso ya está en el centro.
All right. So now that I have my image,
Ahora que tengo mi imagen,
I'm going to overlay my video.
vamos a subir nuestro video
So if you're
y ponerlo encima.
yeah, correct. We're gonna put it over. So if you're receiving a feed, so in this case, if you're outputting a feed from a Sling Studio or a Switcher,
En este caso, si estás enviando una señal de un switcher o un
Sling Studio,
Sling Studio,
you would have to grab that output
tendrás que coger ese output
and input it into OBS through a capture card or an Ultra Studio.
y subirlo a través de OBS
Usando un capture card, básicamente una conexión a SDI o un Ultra Studio que te da un HDMI, un HDMI, un SDI in a Thunderbolt y OBS va a poder leer esa señal que le estás mandando. So, if I were to input a capture device, I would go ahead and I would hit video capture device, and I would say, okay, this is gonna be my this is like Sling, let's say, and now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna input that. In this case, sorry.
Entonces ahorita vamos a recibir la señal de, en este caso, puede hacer Sling Studio o cualquier otra switchera, pero en este caso vamos a...
It can be, so you can receive a signal from Sling, from a switcher, or even from a single camera.
Puedes recibir la señal de Sling, de otra cámara, de una switchera.
Or in my case, what I'm going to do is just for reference, I'm going to add just a regular video.
O en mi caso vamos a agregar un video regular.
So I'm going to add a media source.
Vamos a agregar un media source.
And we'll call it video.
Vamos a llamarlo video.
And then I come over here. And I'm gonna select a promo that we have here.
Vamos a seleccionar un promo que tenemos ahí.
All right. I don't want it to loop and restart when playback source becomes active. Yes.
Asegúrate
Okay.
que...
Sorry.
Asegúrate que no haga loop ni nada de eso.
So this is a promo that we currently have.
Este es un promo que actualmente tenemos.
And now I'm just going to resize this.
Y ahora lo vamos a poner en el feed.
And we're going to basically just bring
Vamos a
it
ajustarlo.
over
Vamos a ponerlo ahí encimita.
the green square.
Ahí encimita de rectángulo
Verde. All right. And so now what
Y
you
ahora,
see here
Lo que ves
is
acá
is basically the template for your Instagram Live output.
es el template para tu output de Instagram Live.
So if you think about it,
So, si piensas,
you could even go live on Instagram
puedes ir en vivo
with a preaching
con
with a video
una prédica o cualquier video
that's been previously recorded
que fue ya grabado
through this method.
a través de este método.
Yeah, sure, it might be considered cheating a little bit, but
Sí, no va a estar técnicamente en vivo, pero
you get the point.
ya entiendes la idea.
So in this case, the video,
Also the quality, ¿no?
and also the quality.
Yeah, Vamos a decir que a lo mejor tienes una cámara DSLR y grabas el programa antes. Puedes subir el video y técnicamente puedes hacer lo que llamamos un simulated live.
Correct.
Wait, let me translate that in
Yeah.
English. So, let's say you don't have the resources right now to stream with your television cameras and you have just maybe a DSLR, you can stream what we call a simulated live. You can edit a video as if it was live and stream it through OBS like this.
So yeah, that's essentially this. So now,
Esencialmente, esto es lo que es.
so once you have this template build, now we're gonna go back to Yellow Duck.
Ya que tienes ese template ya hecho, vamos a regresar a Yellow Duck.
Just type it in. So we go ahead and we log into Yellow Duck.
Our passwords are hilarious.
So wait, open Instagram on your device. Oh, so this will probably happen the first time you do it.
Esto a lo mejor va a suceder la primera vez que lo haces. Okay, Vamos.
So this is the first time I'm using Yellow Duck on this computer, so that's why
Esta es la
you see
primera vez que estamos usando Yellow Duck en esta computadora
it.
específica.
You confirm?
Just make sure that you select this wasn't me so you can get blocked. And I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. All
Select
right, so
this was me.
this was me. We're gonna hit next.
Vamos a hacer next.
Also important with Yellow Duck, you're gonna see two things right here. You're gonna see allow commenting and save the video to story.
Okay, so bien importante con Yellow Duck tienes que asegurarte que tienes allow commenting y la opción de salvar el video a los stories.
If you obviously you don't want one of these, you deselect them, but it has to be now before you log in that you set those settings.
Obvio, si no quieres permitir comentarios ni guardar el story, entonces solo no lo selecciones.
All right, so
Cualquier
we're gonna
cosa
hit
lo puedes borrar más tarde.
log in and start.
Vamos a hacer login y comenzar.
Oh, it did it. Did you get this was me?
This was me.
All right. Let's try that again.
Vamos a probarlo otra vez.
Oh.
Oh, that's weird.
All right, give me 1 sec. Let me restart.
It's probably my internet. Hold on.
Hold on. I'll quit Yellow Duck and I'll reopen real quick. We'll do this again. Password?
The password is
Don't say it. All right, we'll try that one more time. Wow. Okay, it's not working.
this was me. Okay. Try again.
Let's try that one more time. All right, technical difficulty, guys. Give us 1 minute.
Let me close Instagram on my app. This can happen, guys. This totally can happen. Just, work around it. Esto puede pasar. Solo que tienes que seguir probando.
All right. Let's try that one more time. No. So, what we can do, though...
Welcome to Troubleshooting with King Jesus Creative.
This is not supposed to happen.
Esto no debería estar sucediendo.
But obviously it can always happen.
Pero esto puede pasar.
Oh, God. Nothing right. Give us uno momento.
¿Han tenido algún problema con OBS? Siempre usan OBS para sus lives. Normalmente no usamos OBS para nuestro live, solo lo hemos usado para nuestro live con con Inside the Creative.
I just did it on mine to see if it does it.
It's probably happening because we have King Jesus Creative logged into so many phones. Da-da-da-dum. This was me.
Yeah. So let's do
Utilizan Hikvision para hacer el restream y eso. Yeah, do it on your personal.
All right. So we'll do this test on my personal then. Just because this is
Henry,
giving
what do you
us
think about that?
some problems. We've never seen this. Have you seen that? You have? We probably have too many devices.
We have almost all the producers. Yeah.
Got you. That makes sense.
Let me text everybody.
I don't even remember my Instagram password, but give me 1 sec.
Let me send our family. If you're logged into KJ Creative, please log out for like 30 minutes. Okay, let's see if I send a message to all of them. This was me.
So I just logged into my personal, and so you're gonna get this page, right? So
Oh,
it's
you're
gonna-
live.
Yeah, but so again, I'm live on Instagram, but it's gonna show black until we get all this stuff sorted out.
Okay, you guys can check this out. Ya estamos en vivo, pero fuimos en vivo en la página de Jonathan. Si va a how do I show that? Oh yeah, you see the username. Go back to Yellow Duck. Si van a _John.Garcia, pueden verlo en vivo.
So
Oh, it says we're having trouble loading this live.
yeah, because we haven't. So it's gonna start the Instagram live, but until you send it a stream from your OBS or your encoder, you're not gonna be able to see it.
Entonces básicamente ahorita está comenzando el Instagram live, pero al menos que envíes una llave de stream, no está yendo en vivo.
All right, so we're gonna grab this RTMP URL and we're gonna copy it.
Entonces vamos a copiar este URL y lo vamos a pegar.
And when we come to stream, we're gonna have to go to custom.
But you're on OBS.
Yes, I'm on OBS.
Okay.
That's what I'm showing.
Okay.
Because not everybody has the
Yeah.
switchers and stuff. Let me put this here so you can see it. I'm sorry. So server, we're gonna paste that server.
Entonces vamos a pegar el server y
And-
vamos a poner la llave.
And then we grab the stream key. You hit copy. We're gonna paste that here. And we're gonna hit OK. And now, as soon as we hit start streaming on OBS,
Y el momento que pones start streaming en OBS,
you're gonna see the green light go here.
vas a ver
And
la luz en verde. Ir en vivo.
if you go to my Instagram,
Si vas a la página de Instagram de Jonathan, ahí está en vivo. Mira.
you should see the live right there.
Y ahorita
with the promo
estamos
playing.
en vivo.
And that's that.
¿Y? Eso es todo.
So yeah. So again, you have the audio from the promo.
It was never meant to be a physical movement.
And basically you want to make sure. Sorry, let me close this out.
So you're getting audio.
So-
Estás recibiendo audio. Estás
Correct.
recibiendo el video.
You're gonna want to make sure that you mute the mic here that I'm showing you, because you don't want the microphone from the computer to come out. And you want to make sure that. Sorry.
Tienes que asegurarte que hagas mute en el micrófono ahorita que estamos transmitiendo porque no quieres que enviar el audio de la computadora.
And
Quieres
then
enviar el audio solamente del video.
you want to make sure that the level of your video audio down here is not peaking or is not too low.
Vamos a asegúrate que no está el audio que no está muy alto y que no esté muy bajo tampoco.
And essentially, that's how you stream through Instagram through OBS. So now this same concept,
Esencialmente así es como transmite en vivo a través de OBS.
the same concept applies to us on the
You should end your
encoder
live.
side. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna end it real quick. So here's a key thing to ending it, right? You want to hit save and finish first on Yellow Duck.
Que esto es algo muy importante y tienes que seleccionar finish en Yellow Duck.
So once
save and
we hit
finish.
finish, let that load.
Deja que eso load.
Give it a sec.
Espera un ratito. Es bien importante que hagas esto antes de cortar la señal
Before
de
you stop the encoder or the OBS.
antes de cortar en OBS porque si no puedes tener
Once
un
it's
error.
done here on OBS, we hit stop streaming
Ahora sí, en OBS tienes que seleccionar Stop Streaming.
and we're done.
¿Y ya?
So this same principle applies to us when we use our encoders.
Entonces, este mismo
Eh,
principio,
I guess. this same idea applies to us.
esta idea aplica a nosotros a través de High Vision.
Except we grab that signal that I had showed you guys earlier,
Vamos a coger esa señal
which is this signal,
que le mostramos anteriormente, que es esta señal,
and we send that to our encoder. We have a channel called IG Stream,
este es un channel que se llama IG Stream.
and we just input the keys every time that we want to go
You
live.
didn't copy it.
No, I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
showing.
Entonces ahí tienes que seleccionar las llaves que en cuál quieres ir en vivo.
We hit apply and we start,
Seleccionamos aplica
and that's how we do it.
y vamos en vivo.
But again, I hope this has served as a good good lesson, a good
Entonces esperamos
helpful.
que
I hope this has been helpful.
esto fue que los ayudó a ustedes, que le enseñó un poco hoy.
And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out through the chat, or how else can they contact us?
They can
Instagram?
DM us through Instagram.
You guys can DM us through Instagram. I'll be paying attention to the Instagram for the next day or two. So if you have any questions specific to me regarding streaming, send them there, and I'll do my best to answer.
Okay, so entonces básicamente vamos a estar, Jonathan va a tener acceso a la cuenta de Kinjis Creative. Si tiene alguna pregunta más tarde que a lo mejor se le ocurrió, no tengan miedo, envíanos una pregunta ahí, no tengan pena y ahí Jonathan va a contestar todo. Pero mientras tanto queremos contestarle las preguntas que tienen en este momento. Entonces vamos a ver qué preguntas hay. ¿Qué programa usan? We already went. This is awesome. We can learn what to do when this happens. Yes. So, how did we solve this problem?
Okay, so
El
I
problema
went-
de Instagram,
Mhm.
¿cómo lo
So
solucionamos?
I went live from my personal.
Well, what happens in the case that you need to go live in your church?
Exactly. So I'm explaining that right now. I went live in my personal because I'm the only person logged into my Instagram. The reason why that issue was happening was because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have like 6 or 7 people logged into the King Jesus Creative.
Like 11.
Like 11 people logged into the King Jesus Creative Instagram. So there's probably going to be a conflict when not everybody who's logged in doesn't hit "this was me."
Entonces, básicamente nosotros lo pudimos arreglar en la página de Jonathan porque él es la única persona que está logged in en su usuario. Pero, por ejemplo, en la página de King Jesus Creative, ¿te acuerdas cuando dijo, oh, this was me or this wasn't me como seguridad? Nuestra cuenta de King Jesus Creative está en bastante diferentes teléfonos. Entonces, eso pasa cuando una persona seleccionó this wasn't me y a lo mejor...
So just make sure that when you're gonna go live, there's no more than 1 or 2 people logged into the account that you're gonna go live on.
Entonces asegúrate que cuando estás yendo en vivo, especialmente de una nueva computadora, que no hay más de 1 o 2 personas en el momento que están usando la página.
Any other questions?
Vamos a ver si hay más preguntas. ¿Qué switcher recomiendan?
Okay, switcher.
¿Qué switcher recomienda? What switcher do you recommend?
Okay, la recomendación de un switcher siempre va a depender del budget.
La
I said
the
in Spanish.
recommendation of the switcher will always depend on the budget.
Because I'll always, it's always great to say, well, yeah, go get yourself a Ross because it's amazing.
Of course, we'll recommend. Oh, go get yourself a Ross
I said it
because.
in English.
Oh. What'd you say? Okay. No, obviamente nosotros le queremos recomendar un Ross como un switcher, pero
But if the budget
si
isn't there for a
si su
Ross,
presupuesto no es para un Ross, entonces,
then we can recommend other things. So
entonces les recomendamos otra cosa.
depending on for the person who asked that question,
Vamos a hablar números, ¿ya?
um,
¿Cuánto cuesta un Ross?
the thing is it depends because
Oh,
there's
just kidding.
cheap there's
It's
Rosses.
not like cameras.
Yeah, you can get a Ross anywhere from $10,000 to $400,000. It depends.
Okay. No hay un precio para la switchera.
So look, for the person,
No funciona como las cámaras.
for the
que-
person who asked that question,
Para la persona, aquí Deborah hizo la pregunta.
DM us on Instagram,
Escríbenos un DM.
and then I will let me know. There, you can let me know your budget, and I'll recommend something for you in your price range.
Avísanos tu presupuesto y nosotros les recomendamos algo personalmente para usted. A ver, otra pregunta. ¿Cómo configuran el video para que salga en el formato de Instagram? ¿Es una configuración de OBS o de la fuente multimedia? How do you configure the video that goes out in the format of Instagram? Is that a configuration of OBS or the one for multimedia? So basically, like, it's obviously
So
1920 by 1080. How do you keep it in the center? Or like, how do you stream the middle part only?
So the Instagram will only stream a vertical part.
So, Instagram solamente va a poder transmitir esa parte vertical. Por eso es que es muy importante centralizar la imagen.
So I'll show you real quick.
Entonces yo les voy a mostrar rapidito.
If I go ahead and I grab this video
Si yo voy y pongo el video
full screen.
en la pantalla entera,
Oh, sorry. Like that.
así como está.
Instagram will only grab. You see that section that's highlighted in blue?
Instagram solo va a mostrar esa sección que está en azul.
Because that's my template for Instagram.
Porque ese es el template
That's
que
the
es para
graphic.
Instagram. Esa es la gráfica para Instagram.
So that's why you have to make sure
Por eso que hay que asegurarte
that everything is going to fit into that vertical
que
section.
todo va a caber dentro de esa sección vertical.
Because even if I do something like this,
Porque hasta cuando seleccionas algo y dejas un poco fuera de la imagen de Instagram,
anything that's outside of those blue lines is going to get cut.
todo lo que está fuera de la línea azul se va a cortar.
I hope that answers the question.
Okay. Espero que se conteste la pregunta. Avísanos, Andrés. Okay. An affordable way to connect with OBS would be using okay. That's not a question. How can I stream on Twitch?
Well, you can use OBS as well. They have a profile for Twitch. If you come in here
Puede
to the
usar OBS
settings,
también. Tiene un perfil ya para OBS,
stream,
para Twitch.
right here where it says service,
Igualito como dice
Twitch,
servicio.
and Twitch is going to give you that stream key
Y Twitch te va a dar ese stream key.
the same way
ese
Facebook or YouTube would.
Stream, la llave de stream, igualmente como hace Facebook y Instagram.
And you got yourself a live stream on Twitch.
Y ya ahí tienes
Ahí tienes el stream que sale a
stream
Twitch.
para Twitch. Esta es la pregunta de Alejo.
Oh,
guess he wants
he
to
wants
stream.
to stream his Warzone.
Él quiere transmitir Warzone. Tenemos Blackmagic ATEM. Televisión Studio HD en nuestra iglesia. ¿Eso funcionaría para ir en vivo en IG? Vladimir pregunta.
Okay, so Vladimir, your switcher,
Vladimir, tu switcher.
I believe only has one Emmy.
Creemos que solamente tiene un Emmy. Sorry, let me translate the question.
Yeah.
So Vladimir asks, he has a ATEM switcher in his church. Will that work to go live on Instagram?
So I believe that ATEM only has one Emmy.
Entonces yo creo que ese ATEM solamente tiene un Emmy.
Now, if you're gonna dedicate that one Emmy, that whole switcher,
Ahora si vas a dedicar ese switcher solamente para
just for Instagram,
solo para Instagram,
then yes.
entonces sí funciona.
If that switcher still needs to switch the 2 or 3 or 4 cameras inside of the church,
Ahora si ese switcher tiene que transmitir las 3-4 cámaras que están dentro de la iglesia,
then you would need to grab that signal from the ATEM and go into something like OBS.
entonces vas a tener que coger esa señal del ATEM y enviarlo directamente a OBS.
Because remember that an Instagram stream
Recuerde que la transmisión de Instagram
will always need one full Emmy.
solamente va a necesitar un Emmy.
So if your switcher only has one ME, it would be consumed. It would consume the full potential of the switcher.
Entonces, si tu switchera tiene solamente un MI, entonces va a consumir la switchera entera.
Mhm.
Okay. Última pregunta de Fiverr. It says, I really want your opinion on Wirecast versus Sling Studio.
Okay. So Sling Studio.
Hold on.
Okay.
De verdad quiero tu opinión sobre Wirecast comparado a Sling Studio.
So Sling Studio has its niche. It has its purpose.
Sling Studio tiene su propósito, tiene su niche.
Sling Studio is designed
Sling Studio es diseñado
to go live from phones or cameras
Sling Studio está diseñado para ir en vivo a través de teléfonos o cámaras
wirelessly.
Completamente wireless.
So, if you need a solution where you can grab 5 phones,
Pero si necesitas una solución para enviar la señal de 5 teléfonos,
plus 1 camera or 2 cameras,
más una cámara, 2 cámaras,
and you need to switch them,
y necesitas
cambiarlas, and you need to go live with that,
y necesitas ir en vivo con eso,
Sling Studio is a great option.
Sling Studio es una opción buena.
But if you already have a switcher,
Pero si ya tienes una switchera,
or you already have a signal that you just need, that's already being switched, and you just need to stream that out. Si ya tienes una switchera, una señal que ya está lista para salir, en ese caso Wirecast sería la mejor opción.
en ese caso,
In that case, Wirecast would be the better option, because it already has you already have the signal you need. So the good, a perfect. If you don't have a switcher, I would go with Sling. If you already have a switcher and a setup, I'd probably go with something like Wirecast or OBS.
entonces, si no tienes un switcher y tienes cámaras, teléfonos y todo eso, les recomendamos Sling. Pero si ya tienes una switchera y tienes tus cámaras y todo eso, entonces Wirecast definitivamente es la mejor opción.
But again, if you want to talk about that, go ahead and send us a DM, and I'll be on the lookout for that, and we can talk about that. No
Si
problem.
quieres hablar más sobre ese tema, entonces escríbenos un DM y nosotros les contestamos.
Cool.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Any other questions? ¿El Emmy es la salida de programa o qué es?
Yes. Sí, el ME sería.
So the question is the Emmy the output of program or what is that?
Yes. So an ME, if you have a single switcher ME, it's basically la salida. It's the output of the program.
Okay.
Si la switchera tiene un ME, la salida de program viene is that ME. Si tienes 2 MEs, usualmente vas a tener algo que dice program y algo que dice ME1. Y cuando miras en el software, vamos a decir, si estamos hablando del ATEM, si miras el software, vas a ver 2, así como la switchera nosotros, vas a ver 2 secciones de botones.
You need to say all that in English.
So if you have a single ME switcher, when you open up the ATEM software, all you're going to see is 1 row of buttons, and it's most likely just going to say program and preview. Now, if you have a 2 ME ATEM, when you open up the software, you'll most likely see 2 rows of buttons, and you'll be able to see the options that say ME1 and program, or program and ME2, something like that. That'll show you how many MEs you have.
Perfect. Cool. All right, guys. Wirecast also does wireless phones and cameras. It's also a software-based switcher.
I haven't researched too much Wirecast, but what we can do is I'll look into that and just send us a message on Instagram saying that you were the one asking between Wirecast.
His name is Fiverr.
Fiverr.
So Fiverr, go ahead and just...
Go ahead and send us a message on Instagram, and I will get back to you. I'll research Wirecast a little bit. The last time I used Wirecast was before they implemented that. So let me look into it, and I'll get back to you. Cool.
Okay, guys.
Guys.
That's a wrap. Eso es todo, chicos. Si tienen alguna pregunta más, escríbenos por Instagram y nosotros les contestamos. Este video va a estar en nuestro YouTube en a lo mejor 10-15 minutos. Si quieren compartirlo con algún amigo que se lo perdió, entonces le invitamos que lo comparta con ellos. So guys, that's a wrap. Jonathan did great, right? He did great.
I tried.
If you guys have any more questions, go ahead and write us on Instagram, and this video will be up on our YouTube page in about 10-15 minutes, so you guys can access it, take notes, share it with maybe your media directors or something like that, or any other team members that might be interested in learning about this. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Shout out to Henry in the back.
Thank you, Henry. Gracias, Henry.
Great chat moderator. Thank you guys. It's been great being on here. Hopefully we answered all your questions. Hopefully we were able to resolve some of your problems. And again, we're always available through Instagram. Send us a DM, and I'll get back to you guys.
Yeah, and that's it.
Thank you guys.
Entonces, wait, really quick. Let's pray.
Okay.
Okay, so you can go ahead.
All right. Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, my God, I pray over everybody watching right now.
Padre Celestial, en este momento oramos por toda persona conectada.
I declare grace and favor over their lives.
Declaramos gracia y favor sobre sus vidas.
I declare creativity comes into their minds.
Declaramos que la creatividad la inspira en sus mentes.
I declare that you abide with them and around them.
Que tú estás con ellos y la acompañas.
I declare that you fill them, my God, with knowledge to take their church media to the next level.
Que tú los llenas, Señor, con la inteligencia y con la sabiduría y conocimiento de cómo llevar la transmisión en vivo en sus iglesias a otro nivel.
We attack any spirit of vengeance that may come over the media teams watching right now.
Atacamos todo espíritu de venganza que quiera atacar sus equipos de media.
And we declare that they cannot be touched by anything that may want to do them harm.
Y declaramos que ellos no pueden estar tocados no pueden estar tocados con ningún espíritu que lo quiera herir.
We bless them, and in your name we pray. Amen.
Los bendecimos en el nombre de Jesús. Amén.
Amen. All right, guys. Thanks
Okay.
for watching.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
See ya.